welcome to EVP Medium's Case File 72, where we head out to Amherst, Ohio. As usual, we start off with Randy doing a walkthrough of the property, where he picks up on not one, not two, but several entities that are in this small home. And given the amount of what our clients have been experiencing, which you will see a little bit later in this presentation, these spirits, or at least some of them, seem to be quite advanced.
My first feeling when I come through the door is that there's a couple of areas that seem to be hot spots to me. One is the bedroom next to me.
Okay.
And the upstairs. We have not been upstairs yet. And the other thing that I find a little bit odd is that I mentioned at home earlier, actually this morning, that I had a headache. And my headache sort of subsided throughout the day, but I feel it coming back.
Okay.
And it's right in the very back of my head, and it's almost making me nauseous.
Okay.
I don't know if that has to do with what's going on here.
Or the fact that you ate snacks before we came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but snacks, do they give you a headache? I don't know.
No, nauseous.
Well, that could be. But I do feel like there's more than a couple of spirits here.
Okay.
There's a particular feeling of a woman
Okay.
that in my feeling she's elderly. I can
Let's.
sort of feel her next to us.
Okay.
And
you said she was older.
yes. If I had to guess, age 70s, 80s, maybe.
Okay. All right.
And
Can you tell how long ago it was? Like what time period?
I want to say at least 30 years ago, maybe a little more.
Okay. So fairly recent history for a 1900s house.
Right. There was someone taking care of her. I can see them here and upstairs.
Okay.
So I want to say they were, kind of daytime over here, nighttime upstairs.
Okay. Are you getting any impression of a name?
And not a true name, but it was unusual name.
Okay.
It wasn't like a Mary or a Sue or any. It was an unusual, probably a period name.
Okay.
I think that the spirits have an attachment to the neighborhood
Okay.
and possibly to this home. There's also, I have sort of a weird attraction to want to go to the basement too.
Would you want to do the upstairs next or the basement next?
Let's do the upstairs.
Okay.
There's also something I feel going on with, and I almost want to say it's a jealousy thing, with the fact that there's a baby in the house.
Oh, okay.
It's weird that the difference between these two rooms. Even though the ceiling is the same height, when I walked from in there, I felt crouched and like heavy pressure, and I come in here and it's like almost like you can stand up. So it's a weird feeling, and it's almost like I guess the description would be almost like a ray of sunshine. Like all of a sudden everything just got bright. I know there's a window here, but
Right.
It's a completely different feeling from there to here.
Okay. So this is obviously the baby's room.
Yes.
So if there's something that's possibly jealous of the baby or envious of the baby being here, do you feel something like that in the room?
I don't feel like it's a jealousy of the baby. I feel like it's a jealousy of the baby's parents.
Okay.
They're jealous that they can have this baby, but someone else couldn't.
Okay. So envy, basically.
Right. So it
So that's why if I was envious and I was in the spirit realm, I would be hanging out with the baby.
Right. And it's almost like, I don't know what the activity is because I haven't been involved in the interview yet.
Right.
But I can almost feel like somebody sits and watches this baby as if it was their own.
Okay.
And in an attempt to keep the parents from knowing, it's like they sneak. And they try to touch the baby or hold the baby and not let the parents know, but startles the baby.
Okay.
So it's a weird feeling, like a maternal thing, like there's a mother watching over their child.
So if we have a spirit here who's attached to the baby, we may have a hard time convincing them to cross over. But
in hopes that we can get the story and find out why.
yeah. Okay.
But, I guess we have to convince the spirit that this is not their baby.
Well, not their baby, and that they need to take that next step and move on, and that, their loved ones are in the light waiting for them. Well, let's go see what you find in the basement.
I feel like they're just going to slam it on me and knock me down the steps.
I'll hold the door for you.
Don't let them do it to me. They
I
always want to
won't.
hurt me.
I'm not pushing you down. Oh, dear.
I'll catch it. Yeah. Oops.
That we definitely need to get on film.
The tumble. It's always good. It's odd. I mean, the feeling I get is odd. It's like I can see kind of like a little workshop-y thing kind of going on.
Okay.
But nothing crazy. It has nothing to do with upstairs. This is completely different down here. So it has like no attraction to what's going on upstairs other than I feel like it's just a spirit wanting me to know. Like, hey, I'm down here.
Okay. So he's not interacting with the family
either. No, it has nothing to do with upstairs.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with the baby, has nothing to do with what's going on in the house.
So somebody else we want to see if we can get to the great
I don't
workshop
think
in
he
the
wants
sky.
them to come down here too much, and when they do come down here, he's like wanting to know what they're doing. What are you doing down here? Kind of like a man cave. This is mine. What are you doing down here?
Has he gone up to see what work they've done upstairs?
I don't get that feeling. I think he just hangs down here.
Okay.
And it's up and out the door. Like it was a routine thing. Come home, come down here, do your thing, go to bed, go to work.
Okay.
Come home, go to, man cave, and same routine. That what's going on in the upper level bedroom has nothing to do with what's going on down here.
Can you tell what time period he's from?
It's early on because the condition
It was more raw?
of the basement was much different.
Okay, can you see like tools and kind of get an idea? Any electric tools, or are they all hand tools?
No, I'm not getting electric. It was more hand tools.
Okay.
More, I almost want to say it's like along that area over there. Like if you came down, there might be like a corner bench over there.
Okay.
And I know it sounds odd, but I just keep thinking of clocks. So I don't know if he repaired clocks or he had something going on with clocks, but I keep getting clocks and ticking. So I don't know if that was a hobby.
Interesting.
But he was very much into it. What was going on upstairs was more a younger situation.
Okay.
The woman who's paying attention to the baby, if I had to guess, would be late 20s.
Okay.
But a period pretty far back.
Okay.
As usual in our investigations, I do the walkthrough first. Afterwards, Shelley interviews our clients, Trent and Lauren, and gets their story and finds out what exactly has been happening in their home. And it was pretty incredible what they told us, and just the fact that spirits can actually move things shows that they're pretty advanced.
So we're here with Lauren and Trent in their beautiful home here in Amherst. How old is this house?
It was built in 1900,
Okay,
so pretty old, yeah.
Okay. So, Lauren, I remember you left me a very extremely detailed email.
I did.
I loved it because it gave me the whole story before I even had to talk to you.
Yes.
And I already knew that your case was something that we could definitely take. But can you explain to our viewers what has been happening in your house, what you detailed in that email to me?
Sure. So, probably like 6 months ago, we were watching a scary movie, and we just kind of got a little bit of a bad vibe about it. We were like, maybe we shouldn't watch this, and because it was like talking about a ghost knocking on the walls, and it just kind of gave us like a weird feeling, so we turned it off. And then as soon as we turned it off, we heard knocking on the other side of our wall. So that was really like the first big thing that happened. But when we moved in, probably last April, we just always had weird feelings, but that was like the first real thing that happened. And then ever since then, we've been seeing shadow figures, especially when we look upstairs, you'll see someone kind of like peeking over at you. At night when I sleep, I feel something just staring at me from the closet. And it's just like a curtain. It's not like a really deep closet, so it's just a weird thing to feel like such a hard stare, like
a heavy presence.
Yes, and to the point where I'm like staring at it all night long. And sometimes I'd feel at night, falling asleep, there's like a freezing cold spot on my shoulder, and I just feel something just like touching me. The other night I felt something touch my hand, and then also touch my arm. Woke me right up. A lot of things have happened.
Trent, are you getting these?
Yes, I am actually.
The cord incident.
Yeah, I witnessed a vacuum sweeper cord levitating. We were in a conversation, and it caught my corner of my eye, and I seen it. And then as I turned to it, it dropped, and you heard the tink, it hitting the tile floor in our kitchen. Periodically, I do see like the shadow people that she's speaking of. Like also on the corner of my eye, like I'll catch it like a lot of times during the night. I've even seen it like outside the house actually, which is pretty crazy. Footsteps coming down the stairs when no one's obviously upstairs to begin with. Just random stuff like that, yeah, and it's been pretty constant.
Now, you have a baby.
Yes.
How old is the baby?
10 months old.
Have there been any particular events that have happened
Yes.
involving the child?
Yes, there have. One time I was kind of watching him standing up. It was when he was first really learning how to stand, and he was getting pretty good at it, so really him falling wasn't really too big of a deal. It wasn't happening much. So one day I was watching him, and right in my field of sight, it kind of looked like he got pushed over, and he was scared, very scared. And it made me really nervous. I didn't like that at all. And then another time, just the other day, we were renovating the house. We were actually putting our bed together. So it was really noisy in the room, and he needed a nap. We don't use upstairs at all. So we had just moved his crib up there because it didn't fit anymore because our king bed, we used to have a really small bed. And I went to go put him down for a nap, and I left him up there, and Trent was putting down the bed. I went to the store, and Trent said that while I was gone, he went to go check on the baby when he was sleeping and the baby monitor, and the camera was completely turned around the other way. And then not even a minute later, he said he started screaming bloody murder, and that was like 2 minutes right before I got home from the store. So I came in, and he told me about what just happened, and it just didn't sit right with me. You know, he was scared. No, not at all. It was probably 3 or 4 feet away from the crib. No.
I went
and then I went and I turned it back around, and after, like, I saw like it had been turned after he told me the story. The baby was already awake and everything. I was just like, that's weird. So I turned it around just to see like if that could be easily done, and it wasn't. So I went back downstairs. I was like, told him like, yeah, that's not something that could happen on its own. I went to go look at the monitor. It was turned around again. And I just did it.
What was the demeanor of the baby?
He was really scared. He was just panicked. You're the one that's on,
Yeah,
right?
he was panicked. It was his first time actually upstairs.
Yeah, so obviously
And
that
I
would
was
scare him,
sleeping.
but the way that you said he screamed wasn't right.
Yeah, he was very panicked.
Yeah.
It was his first time, and it was because we purposely don't put him up there because of the feeling we get.
Yeah.
Very uneasy feeling.
I don't feel
So-
comfortable leaving up there at
And then
all.
when we tried it, it
Yeah,
turned
sometimes
over and
the baby has seen things before where he'll smile and laugh at it, but I don't see anything. Like one time I was holding him and I actually saw like a white light hovering above my shoulder. And I looked over at him and he's looking up at it and smiling. So I don't know if like it was something funny to him or interesting. Yeah, something right, but it didn't. Yeah, it was strange.
So what are your hopes for this investigation, guys?
Well, I personally hope that, these people are resolved in whatever whatever they're hanging out, why they're hanging out, they're able to be released and at peace, and that we are able to be at peace.
Yeah, pretty much everybody gets their answer, and
Yeah. I'd like to know what's going on, obviously, but...
Well, we're going to do our best to get you the answers.
Yes.
And we're definitely going to do a crossover and try to cross
Wonderful.
those that are ready to go home.
In our first ITC session, we start out in the client's bedroom with Shelley and Joyce in the lead for this session. I do want to mention right up front, you may want to try some headphones while reviewing this, as we were using new ITC technology, and it is a little bit more difficult to hear, but we did get some good results. We got a lot of names. Some of them, quite a few actually, were old-fashioned names such as Eunice, Penelope, and Mildred. We also got male names such as Bob and Edward. Now, Edward may be the spirit connected to the basement, as you will see as this investigation progresses. But what was interesting in ITC session, we actually get a spirit that talks about Randy and that he's really good, meaning what he was seeing and saying as he did his walkthrough. But they kind of correct him and they say, the only thing is she left. And I think they were referring to when Randy was talking about this, there's a sick woman or woman who was in this room that may have been dying. I think that's who they're referring to. We'll see what you think.
So we're going to try to make communication here. Can anybody tell me their name? Can you say hello? Hello, my name's Shelley, and this is Joyce.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
That was clear.
That was very clear. Who just said hello? What's your name?
Annalise.
Elise? Mildred? That'd be about the right period. Did you say Mildred?
Okay, just to make sure you're understanding us, I'm going to ask you to visually validate. How many fingers am I holding up? I thought I heard it.
I heard two.
I thought I heard two.
How many? I don't know. Three.
Three.
Thank you. What's the name of the person who answered that? Okay, I'm going to slow this down. Hello? We thought maybe this might be a little easier. It is? Can you tell us who sleeps in this bed? Did somebody say I do? Who said I?
Whose house is this?
Who's paying attention to the house remodel?
Yeah.
Is anybody? Okay, just so that we know if you can hear us, can you tell me how many fingers I'm holding up? How many?
Very good.
All right, so somebody can come through on this. It's hard to say how much we'll hear live, but we'll give this a shot. Can we have the name of the caregiver again? that the woman in this room now is healthy and you don't need to take care of her anymore? Why are you still here? It was something. All right, we're going to try a validation word. We haven't used this one before.
During the session upstairs, you'll hear a little bit of confirmation. During my walkthrough, I said that I sensed there was a female up there that possibly could not have children, and that she was very attached to their baby, which could be why the baby would scare easily. It might have been actually seeing the spirit. And also it's possible that this spirit was moving the baby camera, which had happened also. So I don't know, but it just seemed odd to me. I had a feeling that this spirit might be from the nearby cemetery. There is an old cemetery less than a block away, and it's possible that this spirit, who claims to be Holly and actually stated that she was a babysitter, could be from that cemetery.
Okay, so here we are in the upstairs bedroom. This is actually the baby's room, but the baby doesn't sleep up here because he gets scared up here. So, but we want to find out why the baby's scared. So we're going to give this a shot. Holly? Is Holly the one that's up here? Yes? Why didn't you go into the light? Who is it? Who is it that is attached to the baby, who likes the baby? Is Edward the spirit in the basement? What did he repair at his bench? And he did something specific at the workbench. What did he do? Okay, so Randy picked up on a woman up here who can't have a baby. That's really sad. Were you sad about that? Okay, I raised my hand. Somebody asked me to do that.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't. I thought somebody did.
They may have.
Mary Ellen?
I heard that. I heard Mary Ellen outside.
Why did you turn the camera on the monitor?
Do you think this is your room?
Okay, can somebody tell me if we actually connected with the woman who's up here a lot? You did?
I said we connected.
So this might be easier for you to use, or it might be harder, I'm not sure. Anybody else have a story they need to get out? Okay, so we're going to close the session, and then we're going to go to the basement and try to talk to Edward and whoever else may be down there. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for talking to us.
In our final ITC segment in the basement, it did pick up a little bit more as far as a little bit of profanity. At the time, I thought they were swearing at me. It's hard to say. There may have been some profanity back and forth to the spirits themselves. It is interesting though, see what you think, but during the transcribe, it seems like Edward may have been accused of murder. that he did not commit, and he's not going in the light for that accusation, or that some there feel that Edward may have been involved in a murder. Again, ITC is very difficult, but it does seem to be that's what we were getting, snippets of that type of message. Also, I make it clear to the spirits, those that did not want to go, that when we do our crossover, if they choose not to go into that light, they would have to remain unseen and stop bothering our clients. And it's kind of cute, I guess you'd say, when the spirit responds, okay, I'll be good. Before we start communication, obviously you're already aware that we're here and what we're doing. And I just want to assure you that we are not here to make fun of or capitalize or anything else on you. In fact, we want to be able to help you. And the best way too, we could do that is by prayer and sending you into the light. And you could help us by trying to communicate with us. Tell us your story. Maybe we're going to ask some questions that if you can repeat. Yeah, is there a switch on? Yeah. If you can repeat, then we know that you're understanding us. And on that, again, we really do want to help you and want to communicate with you. Can you tell me your name? Turn that up. What's your name, please? Do you know my name? What's my name? David, yeah. The light? Do you want to go to the light? Are we getting profanity there? Sounded a little bit like that, didn't it? Did somebody call me a bitch? Or are you talking about another entity within the home? You're being awful quiet. This is highly unusual. Please talk to me. I can't. Really, really hard. What is your name? It's what? What's your name? It's what? Try again. Did you used to live here? Is your name... I'm sorry, is your name Ed? Come on, Ed. Yeah, you can. Yes, you could. Why do you think you can't cross over? Ed, I'm going to try a different... You're scared? Why? Is it you that's afraid? Are you scared, Ed, or is it someone else? They think what? We're going to try a different software.
That woman keeps talking to Ed.
There's something going on there.
Yeah.
She keeps saying Ed this, Ed that.
What's my name? How many fingers am I holding up? Somebody call me an asshole. How many fingers am I holding up? Guys, this isn't parlor tricks. I'm not trying to make fun of you. It's so we can establish that we understand each other. So how many fingers am I holding up? 5. Okay, how many now? 2. How many now? No, not 3. How many now? I promise this is the last time I'm going to ask. How many fingers am I holding up now? I think they're done with it. You keep talking Randy. You hear that? Randy. Obviously you're around. You're aware of who lives here now. Can you tell me his name here? What's his name? Female say
I thought, yeah.
Why are there so many spirits here? I want you to know, and I mean this sincerely, there is no judgment in that light. It's pure love in that light.
Where?
I know you may believe that there's judgment and penalties there, but that is where you belong. That is where you have come from, and you need to go back in that light. If you want to go home, can you say Jesus for me, please? I thought I heard it. Yeah. Well, Ed, if that is your name down here, whatever troubled spirit that kind of dwells down here by themselves, we're going to lift you up to God. You still have free will. That is your choice to go or not to go, and I'm urging you to go, but I want to make one thing clear. If you do not go, you cannot interact or harm or cause any problems for this family.
Everyone that follows EVP Mediums knows that our main objective is to do a crossover and try to send as many spirits home to the light as possible. There were several spirits in this home, and when we did our crossover, we did get some confirmation that some actually did cross, but there was also some confirmation of some that did not want to cross. As everybody knows, free will remains in death as it does in life, and some of those spirits just are not going to go. But we did, as always, advised our client that it's a good idea to try to cross spirits over again. And we kind of, give them a little tip on how to do that, and how to try to open the light and cross spirits over. All we can do is hope that a lot of those spirits did cross and that the remaining ones will go at some point.
Just coming down through the center. The biggest success to a crossover is our intent. And if we really, and I don't mean just words, if you're in your heart want to help these spirits, the light responds much better and much faster, and it helps them go up as well.
Help me.
Yep, we're going to. Father, lift them up, open your light, show them the way. Send your angels down. Send their relatives down, Father. Let them know there's nothing that they have done to shun them from you, that you want them home, back in the presence of you, Lord. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. You know God loves you, right? Do you see God's presence? Alfred, take them home. That light is open for you. Go into that light. I heard I'll go. All of you need to go. You are worthy of his love. I heard an angel. In Jesus' name we pray to you. Amen.
Amen.
You say it's not that quiet, but then it's quiet.
Yeah, I know.
Very quiet.
Real quiet.
Right at the beginning, someone said, ask God or pray to God.
Mm-hmm.
Ask God, ask God. A couple times they said that, right when we started.
I thought I heard an angel or something.
I heard Alpha. What else did I hear? I heard something else.
I'll go.
I heard
definitely
Algo.
heard that,
Yeah.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.